Well, hi, Algebra 2 class. I just graded your quizzes, and they weren't that good. The highest score I think was a 16. So I thought what we would do is I will go and make a quick video of these problems, and then I'm going to email you another quiz, and you can have the option of redoing it. It'll be different problems but the same type, and then hopefully you'll understand these better after watching the video. So the first one most of you got right, but I'm still going to do it really quickly. I'll put another graphing one on the next quiz. So if you're going to graph this, the first thing you have to do is put in the form y equals mx plus b. Okay, most of you did that okay. So you get y equals, you're going to divide everything by 2 because you need to get to y by itself. One of you thought that was a z, that this was a z, and that would mess you up a little bit. So you're going to get 3/2 x plus 1. Remember, this is your y-intercept. It's your b. Remember, y equals mx plus b. So we put that on the graph first. We put it right on the 1. This is our slope. It's a negative 3/2. Or is it a positive? It's a positive 3/2. I can't read my writing. So we're going to go up 3 from that point, 1, 2, 3, and over 2. And we're going to put another point. And then you just connect them with your straight line. I'll do my best here. In reality, you should put arrows on your lines because it's not a segment, it's a line. So that's number 1, if you missed number 1. I think there's only 2 of you that missed number 1, but that's okay. Alright, next one. I did this one right before the test on the board, and I also did this one. So I'm going to do these really quickly. So here we go. I'm going to do a really rough sketch. Whoa, that is rough. Okay, and we have 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, and we have negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You're going to construct a right triangle out of that. Maybe if I use this line feature, it will look a little bit better. It's a very fat line though. And you're going to make a right triangle out of that. So here we go. We're going to make our right triangle. And one more line. Okay, so once you construct your right triangle, you're going to find out the length of the sides. We're going from 1 to 2 here, so this side's going to be 1. We're going from negative 4 to 3. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this side is 7. Pythagorean theorem, this is a right triangle. That's what we're forming. So we're going to get 1 squared plus 7 squared equals c squared. So that's going to be 1 plus 49 equals c squared. And you'll remember I did this problem in class. So you get 50 equals c squared. C equals the square root of 50. And we did that in class, and we got 5 square root of 2 is your answer for that one. Okay, most of you got that one right as well. Now, this is where all our troubles begin. Okay, so let's look at number 3. We have a power to a power, and I think this was number 30 on your homework, and I checked the board, and nobody even asked for this problem. So I don't know what happened there. So we're going to, if it's a power to a power, we multiply exponents. A couple of you were adding your exponents. So this would be x to the negative 6, p to the negative 6, x to the 0, p squared. All over x to the negative 2. I'm just recopying things. X to the 0. We're going to distribute. This is a power to a power, so we multiply. So we get x to the negative 3, p to the negative 3. Now these x to the zeros, they're 1 And anything times 1 is just itself, so you can just cross those out in a multiplication problem, plus they cross each other out. Now I'm going to combine my p's and x's in the numerator and denominator. So we're going to get x to the negative 6, p. Now they're not a power to power anymore. If they're not a power, if you're multiplying with the same base, you add the exponents. So it's p to the negative 4. All over. Down here in the denominator, we have negative 2 plus negative 3 is x to the negative 5. P to the negative 4. Did I get that right? Negative 2. This is a 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Now, it doesn't matter if you want to put them all in the denominator, or there's a variety of different ways you can put this. But this is what, if you're going to bring the x to the negative 5 to the top, it's going to be x to the positive 5. So it's going to be x to the negative 1 in the numerator. And if we're going to bring this p to the negative 2 to the top, it's going to become positive 2. So you're going to get p squared. That's one answer. That's perfectly fine. You could have had p squared on the top, and if you wanted to bring the x to the negative 6 to the bottom and make it a positive 6, you would have had x in the denominator. Okay, make sure power to a power, you multiply exponents. If you're multiplying with the same bases, you add your exponents. That was the main thing. Okay, the big problem on our test was number 4. Nobody got this one right at all. So let's get to work on this one. So we're going to substitute. I was happy to see everyone put parentheses like this. Okay, parentheses. And then you put the b in parentheses. And we put the a in parentheses. And the b in parentheses. And close those parentheses. And then we have negative 1/2 for the other b. Okay, now we can start out here. Negative 1/2 squared is 1/4. Okay, here came the problems. So this is negative 1/2. Now, when you have a parentheses butting up to another parentheses, that means multiply. So we're going to get negative 1/2 times negative 1/2 is 1/4 times negative 1/2. Okay, this is all just arithmetic. No algebra involved in this. Now, inside the parentheses here, we're subtracting, so we have to find a common denominator, which would be 4. So this would be negative 2/4, right? So we get 1/4. And in the parentheses, we have negative 2/4 minus 1/4 is minus 3/4 times negative 1/2. And then these are all multiplied together. The parentheses mean multiply. So we multiply across the top. We have a negative and a negative, which would give us a positive. So we're going to get 3. And then we multiply across the bottom. 4 times 4 is 16, times 2 is 32. So our answer is 3/32. That one caused a lot of problems. So hopefully you can see what you may have done wrong. And finally, our geometry problem. AD equals DB. So that means AD is this one, is equal to BD. If that means the sides opposite, the angles opposite the congruent sides are congruent. So if the one opposite this one is 60, that means that this one is also 60. I think most of you got that part. If you remember, all the angles in a triangle add up to 180. So if we have 180 minus 60 plus 60 is 120, that tells us that the final angle is 60 degrees. So this is 60 degrees as well. Now all we have to do is find z. Now this angle right here, this angle and this angle, they lie on the same line, so their degrees need to add up to 180. If this one is 60, this one must be 120. 20 plus 120 is 140. So we know that these three angles have to add up to 180, so z has to be 40 degrees. So our answers were 60, 60, and 40. Okay, email me if you have any questions on any of these, and I'm going to be sending you a new quiz for you to take after you watch this video. Your mom should supervise it. And put it in an envelope and sign it just like the test. Alright, that's it.